Hey guys, well I'm back, and okay, so this is what happened in school. I sat next to Malcolm again at lunch, and it was really awesome because, well, I just want to get to know him more, and this may sound weird, but I just want to change his life. I want to do something awesome that will change somebody's life, and the reason I want to be his friend is because I want to change his life, and the way I want to change his life is that I want him to be sociable. I said to him, Malcolm, aren't you gonna be sad if your children are like you, if they're like, if they're non-sociable? And he said, I don't like kids. And I'm like, you don't like kids? I'm like, aren't you gonna get married? He's like, I'm not gonna get married. And I'm like, oh, why don't you like kids? And he said, I just don't. So then I said, but babies are awesome. And then I said, this may sound weird, but isn't it awesome to fall in love with somebody, then make something beautiful with them, make a beautiful baby and watch it grow up and help it and teach it and stuff? And then he laughed because it did sound a bit weird and sort of inappropriate, even though I didn't mean for it to be. And so yeah, he just doesn't want children for some reason. So then I'm like, hey, what if I bought you a bright neon pink t-shirt? Would you wear it? I asked the same question to one of my friends online, and he said, totally, I love neon stuff. So I was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. So I want to see how Malcolm would react to it. And he said, no. And I said, why not? And he says, because it's bright pink and neon. And I'm like, oh. And I was like, so what's wrong with that? And he was like, it would mess up my manhood. And I'm like, wow, really? So then I'm like, what if I bought you Converse? Would you wear those? And he's like, why would that matter? And I'll be like, cause Converse are awesome, dude, duh. And he was like, yeah, I guess. So yeah. So then I said, oh, I had to ask you this question that I forgot to ask you yesterday. So what I said was, do you have any siblings? And he said he has a 10-year-old sister. I forgot her name. I think it was like Elmore or something. It's the thing is, every time he says his name or somebody else's name, he says it so quietly. Like the first time I walked up to him and I was like, hey bro, can I sit here? He was like, okay. And then I said, what's your name? And he goes, Malcolm. And I'm like, what? And he's like, Malcolm. And I'm like, what? And he's like, my name is Malcolm. I'm like, oh. And he was like, you can call me Mac if you want. So I totally don't want to call him Mac. I want to call him Bro or Malcolm, because why would I call him Mac? Yeah. So then he told me how his sister hang out with this person who was her best friend. I'm not sure what the gender is, because I can't hear him when he talks sometimes. And sorry, fixing the camera, because remember, I have a mirror. Yeah, so anyway. So he said they went, what was it called? It started with an A, I think. They went rowboating, racing, roaching. I don't know exactly, but they went something, and rafting. They went rafting in a river. So he said, oh, I told him how I hated my sister. Well, not really, but she's a jerk sometimes. Like, seriously, she doesn't understand life. She's so annoying, too. So, anyway. So, and she disrespects everybody. It's unbelievable. I mean, sure, I'm disrespectful. Well, I'm not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a disrespectful person. But sometimes I just get so angry at my parents. I'm just like, whatever. It's just so annoying sometimes. Like, they tell me things, and I'm like, not this again. But yeah, I'm a kid. I'm gonna do that. But I'm not disrespectful to my siblings or my peers, my so-called peers. I wouldn't dare do that. My parents, I try not to be disrespectful, to be honest. Sometimes I'll just lose it. Woo. Anyway, but they know how I am. They know I don't mean it. They know I actually love them. Okay, so he was like, oh, your sister's just like mine. But even if but when we were rafting, even if I hated her so much, when everybody was picking on her or something, because the sister's friend has a friend who has a bunch of enemies or something, so apparently they all went rafting with them. I don't know why. See, I don't understand these Fairfield children. But anyway, I'm in. Anyway, so oh sorry. So then he said that he said it just like this. So they were picking on my sister, so I beat them all up and threw them in the river. And I laughed. I was like, "What? You threw poor 10-year-old children in the river?" And he was like, "Yeah, and I don't care. They're picking on my sister." I said, "What did you do after that?" He said, "Well, I threw them in the river and then we just left." I was like, "Wow." I should have totally been there. Like watching big, strong 14-year-old dude throw poor, helpless 9 and 10-year-old children into a river. That's funny. I think he just like flipped them off the side of the raft or something. I don't know. Maybe they were standing on the shore and he just pushed them in or something. That's funny. But I can't believe he really did that. Like, wow. Yeah. So, by the way, a lot of people in my high school are like rich, you know, Richie Rich, Mr. Rich. Got that money to blow. Me, I mean, I'm not really rich, but I'm rich with God. Because if I have God, I have everything. And I think that I'm pretty good. I mean, look, my house is a mess. I live on a terrible street. Well, it's not that terrible, but it's sort of ghetto, I guess. I live in the 4th dirtiest city. Yeah. I'm not going to say the name, but if you know it, whatever. So I live in the 4th dirtiest city in America. You know how many cities are in America? The 4th? Really? Well, at least it ain't the 1st, and I don't know what the 1st is, but yeah. So, I have, like, a lot of stuff. Only because I saved them up over the years. You know, to have memories. Just like I did with my notebooks. But I'm not doing that anymore. Well, I'm a change of plans. I'm doing this for a while. See how that goes. See if you guys like it. I don't know if you like my life. I think you would. So, hopefully, I'll get, like, a better camera, a cameraman, a tripod. My sister was the cameraman, but I don't want her to hear my life. So I'm having to do this with the mirror. That's totally fine for me. Yeah, so that was today. And yeah, I just had a, really fun time. I love school. I look forward to sitting with Malcolm every day because I don't want him to be unsociable. I really don't. By the way, he's a sophomore, I'm a freshman. Yeah, but I don't want him to feel like nobody cares, I guess. And by the way, I'm not crushing on him. Just because a girl wants to talk to a guy, it's totally okay. Seriously, don't get the wrong idea. And yeah. So he's pretty cool. And, forgot. I made him a poster and I gave it to him today. And then, this is what it said on it. Because usually whenever I give people something, I don't have a copy. So what I always do is, what do I always do? Oh, I always take a picture of it or videotape it so that I can remember it and they could have the actual copy. So I didn't do that for him. So luckily I remembered. This is what I wrote. I'm going to write it in the way that I would, because when you read things you have that voice inside your head giving you the tone. So I'm going to tell you it the way that I feel it sounds like when I read it. Things to do when you're bored. Invade Russia and rob them of all their vodka? Check. Start a revolution? Check. Draw Malcolm another picture? Not done. What else did I say? Oh! I don't remember. Hold up. What did I say? Okay, forget that. I'm not doing that. I was gonna sing a song so I could remember it. I don't know, some epic rap battle or something. Just to remember it. But no, that's not gonna work. Okay. So, after that, draw Malcolm another picture. Oh, find out where the jail they keep PewDiePie. And the last one, I'm not sure if I got everything, but the last one was scream a verse out loud from Rasputin versus Stalin epic rap battle of history during biology class. Example. You think I give a about my wife? My own son got locked up in prison, and I didn't save his life. I totally want to do that. I saw this video of this dude. He dressed up. This is totally different, but he dressed up like Superman, and he ripped off his clothes and had the Superman outfit under. He was in college, and he was he just stood up and he ran out. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah. So I should have just raised it like this. This is better. But yeah. So that was my life. I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully I can do it tomorrow. Yeah. if I'm getting everything right and my calendar isn't lying to me, tomorrow's Friday, I think. And then I have to wait a whole weekend until I see Malcolm again. This sucks. But yeah, he's cool. Yeah, I hope we become good friends. Oh, by the way, it turns out that dude who was sitting with him yesterday, I asked him about him. I said, hey, I didn't know you had another friend. And he said to me, I don't like him. He's from my old school. I said, oh, yeah, remember the dude who read my picture? I didn't want to do that. But yeah, so I gotta go because my mom doesn't know I'm doing this. And I have homework, see? This is the laptop we got from school. And that's my biology homework. Yeah. So, bye.